using it at home, how the Thermomix has helped us tremendously in preparation of our daily meals. Okay, and you saw the menu that we were sharing, and if you feel that after today's session, you feel that it is a great session, it is an exciting event, you could also share this moment with your friends and also have them joining us in our upcoming cooking demos. All right. So my name is Ping Ping, and today I'm going to present to you a little bit about the background of the Thermomix. And before we jump into it, I would like to ask our audience here today, everyone here today, first of all, do you think that cooking at home is important? Home cooking, is it important to you? Yeah, a lot of families with children, we would definitely think so in current pandemic times. And when we do cooking at home, for different families, there are different things that you might want to look into or might be important to you. For example, money saving, right? How wonderful it is we can bring quality restaurant quality food to our home and have it prepared ourselves easily. So thereby we would also be able to save a lot, you know. The other thing is, of course, we will look at recipes that are reliably easy, and Thermomix makes that for you. From very advanced, sophisticated recipe, it can be simplified, and you can also duplicate it and make it at home easily. All right, healthy cooking. Yeah, we are talking about ingredients that we put in our food, right? When we eat out, we cannot control that, but when we are home, making our own, preparing our own meals, we definitely can put in the best. Yeah, so we can omit things that are like MSG, omit recycled oil, you know, and have the best for our family. Creative cooking, something that I felt it was a challenge before the Thermomix. Now, the Thermomix has helped me to, you know, have a lot of different types of recipes that I can enjoy at home. Simply because in Thermomix, I'd like to share this news with you. It has more than 65,000 recipes that are tested on our recipe platform. So once you become a user, you can also access to our recipe platform and enjoy a whole new world of recipes, be it Asian, you know, Western, if you want Indian recipes, Japanese, Spanish, it is all there for you to explore, okay? So you will be having a lot of fun, a lot of different kinds of cooking adventures at home. And time saving, of course, this is important. We are all very busy, working from home, some of us, and then having to handle our children's online class sessions as well. So Thermomix will help you to save a lot of time in your cooking. Okay, a little bit about our background. The Thermomix is manufactured by Forward. It is a German company, and it has been around for 130 years, right? And we also have presence in 80 countries all around the world. We want to share this piece of information with you because we want you to know the moment you start your Thermomix journey, we will be walking through your journey with you, okay, for the next 20 years of your cooking experience. And along the years, we have also won many international awards and recognition, as you can see here. All right, and to a lot of people, we felt that Thermomix is something new. Actually, I would also like to share a little bit about the Thermomix history. The first Thermomix was invented since 1960, and from then it has evolved over time, including many more functions like kneading function, weighing function, heating function, to where it is now, the latest TM6 that was launched in 2019. So until today, Thermomix is still the best all-in-one kitchen machine, and every 23 seconds, I would say, very proud to share this news that every home would start to use a Thermomix. Okay. A bit about what it has, the accessory that comes with it. From the picture here, you could see that at the top there's something called a steamer. We call this the baroma, which we will use later on also in our cooking. Okay, so now you know all Thermomix comes with a steamer. And then there's the splash guard for high temp, the MC cup to cover the hole, and then the lid. The main unit accessory that you use a lot is a TM bowl, where you will be blending, you'll be cooking a lot inside the Thermomix bowl. Okay, but the most important thing, it is the technology that is built in the main housing unit, the motor itself. Thermomix comes with frictionless motor, meaning there is no heat generated no matter how long you're using it to blend and to cook. Okay, so this is a special invented technology by the Forward. And what a lot of us like, it is actually the touchscreen mechanism here. Works very much like our smartphone and our tablet, okay? And it's colored screen, so it makes it very attractive, very easy for everyone to learn. Okay, so the Thermomix motor, it's actually one of the most powerful motor in the world. So in terms of blending, you will see that it is, you could actually generate very fine quality food from the Thermomix motor. The speed actually goes up to 10,700 rotation per minute. So this is how powerful the Thermomix motor is, right? And we'll be able to see that later. Okay, so how do you own your Thermomix? We have actually three options for you. The first option is the one-time payment, which is 7,188. And at the moment, we also have our 200 ringgit voucher that is still running. So immediately you could enjoy, when you place the order now, today, you can enjoy the 200 ringgit voucher, right? Thereby, the price now would be 6,988, right? 6,988. There's also the financing option that you could go up to 24 months interest-free option, installment option, and it works out to only 9 ringgit a day. The third option is for users who have been using for some time, and you felt that, hey, I would like to have a second unit, and I enjoy what Ping Ping, Sunita, Olivia, Esrin, all the presenters are doing today, having fun together with the audience. You can explore our partner program that you can join us and earn your demo unit for free. So if you're interested in this, you can always book another appointment session with us, and we will be able to explain the details. Okay? All right, one Thermomix does it all. The concept comes from the same concept as our smartphone. So before Thermomix was invented, I'm sure a lot of us have a lot of different appliances in our household, which is very normal, which is like what I used to have as well. So for example, before you start to use the Thermomix, you may also have a blender. And some homes, like myself, before that, you might even have two blenders, right? One for your chili paste, for those who blend your serai, blend your curry paste, blend your belacan. You wouldn't be using the same blender to blend your smoothies, right? So that's why we end up with two different blenders, okay? And then we also used to have steamer. Some of you, I'm sure, you have steamer at home. So you do not need to watch the fire, it steams by itself, right? So you will have already two different appliances or three. And you want to make cake, you would invest in a mixer, right? A cake mixer. And when you do buy a cake mixer, you will also be buying weighing scale, measuring cups, and whatnot. So you will end up with at least 6, 7 different kind of appliances at home. Can be a juicer, right? Can be a meat mincer. It can also be like a grinder, you know, for your coffee beans and things like that. So 7, 8 different things, bread maker, right? Do you actually put them on your kitchen top? We can't do that. Your kitchen will look very cluttered, and most, you know, the inconvenient part is when you do some cooking at home, the entire kitchen, all the accessories, the appliances will tend to have some oil, some grease, and you got to clean them up every now and then, right? It's a lot of work, a lot of hassle. So with Thermomix, you will then do away with all this hassle, that you do not need to have all the appliances on the top, whereas you only have one Thermomix which does everything for you. So compared to all the other appliances, Thermomix is all in one, an appliance that you will never ever get to keep, because in the morning it can be your egg boiler, in the afternoon it can be your pan and wok to fry your noodles, to cook your curry. It can be your blender, right? In the midday, maybe in the tea time, you're using the Thermomix to whip up a cake. So it is something, a kitchen appliance that you never ever get a chance to keep, right? So the same concept, it is exactly the same concept as your smartphone, okay? So giving you a lot of convenience, saving you a lot of cleaning time, and of course, giving you a lot of successful recipes that you can start to venture in your hands. Okay, so perfect kitchen for everyone because it is so petite and so easy to use. A lot of people are using it. Students are bringing it with them to overseas. Now they can even cook in dormitory. And with Thermomix, you can also have the option of cooking for one portion. Okay, and it's also really a good appliance for people who are starting a new home, new family, where you have everything in one. And when the family grows, when your baby, you know, it is really the best baby food processor. When children grows up, you want a variety, you would have your cake mixer ready there for you. You want to make your muffins, your ice cream maker. It is all there ready to expand with the family. And for the people who are in their golden years, it's even more wonderful, right? You can, in a very relaxed way, that you don't need to be standing for long hours in the kitchen and yet be able to make quality food for yourself and also keeping a healthy diet for yourself. Okay, so fast and fresh every day. Now we are going into the recipes now to show you how it works, and this is really what you've been waiting for. And I'd like to pass the screen to Olivia, who's going to teach you how to use the Thermomix to make a wonderful juice this morning. Okay, so I will spotlight the screen to Olivia. And, all right, stage to Olivia.
Hello everyone, good morning to you. So Christmas is just around the corner and we are really excited, okay, and a lot of preparation. So today I'm going to show you how to make a welcome drink for your friends when they come to your house, okay. So I really like one of the feature about Thermomix is that it has a built-in weighing scale, okay. So I'm going to make a drink. So this is called Cranberry Mocktail. Okay, so I prepared this really cute Rudolf. Okay, so actually it's marshmallow, the ice I put clove, and then the nose is cranberry, and the ears is rosemary. Okay, from my garden. Okay, so you can prepare this for your friends. Okay, so I'm going to weigh. I'm going to go to the built-in weighing scale. So it's very convenient. Okay. So tap on the built-in weighing scale, and the weighing scale weighs in 1 gram increment, okay? So I'm going to tare, all right? And I'm going to place in caster sugar. Okay, so there's about 22 grams of caster sugar. Okay, place it. And now I'm going to go to the turbo mode, okay? So the turbo mode is 10,700 RPM, okay? So it's really powerful, okay? So I'm going to go to the turbo mode. Okay, for 2 seconds. So at 10,700 RPM, so what will you be expecting? So we'll be expecting some celebration, some fireworks, okay? So be loud, okay? So are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. So if you're baking and you need some icing sugar, you don't need to go to the baking ingredient shop to get one whole pack of icing sugar. So all you need to do is just use some caster sugar and go on the turbo mode, and you can get some icing powder in just a few seconds. Okay, you see, so fine, right? Okay. And then next, I'm going to add some cranberries. So you can use frozen cranberries, or you can also use dried cranberries, okay, of your choice, all right? So you can use frozen cranberries or, okay, so I'm going to add some inside here. Add some chilled water. You can also add sparkling water if you want, or you can put in ginger ale, so you can put in any of this liquid. Okay, so I'm going to just pour in. So I'm going to just make 1 glass, but you can actually make like up to 8 to 10 glasses. Okay, so this is 1 glass. Okay, so I'm going to blend this for about 30 seconds. Okay, at speed 8. It's done. So you can also add in ice cubes if you want. So if you want it cold, you can actually put in ice cubes to blend together. Okay, but with ice cubes, it will be more like ice blended, right? So it can be. So I prefer using chilled water. So it can be chilled sparkling water. It can be chilled ginger ale or water will do. Okay. Alright, so I just made a delicious cranberry drink. Okay, here we go. Cheers. Okay. Okay. So just now you saw how I blended the castor sugar fine to like powder. So what else at home can you blend fine to like powder? Okay, think about what you have in your pantry. Okay, perhaps you can blend some spices for curries. You can make your own homemade chicken stock powder. Even you can actually blend fine like your peppercorn, also your things like coffee beans, fine to like powder. Okay, and for some of my customers, they actually blend Chinese herbs and they actually place it inside the capsules. Okay, so you can blend anything you want fine to like powder. Okay, and also you can do juicing, you can do smoothies, your breakfast smoothies, and also very popular now is the bubble tea. Okay, so we have recipes to even make your own made home bubble tea. All right. So next, I'd like to show you how to do the dough kneading function. Okay, so for those of you who like to bake, right? So this is a really handy tool. So you don't need to get a cake mixer, you don't need to get a bread maker, because Thermomix will actually knead your dough and also make your cake better for you. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it's done. So because Christmas is coming up, so I'm going to show you how to make some lovely cranberry scones that you can also put it in jars or little boxes and give it away as a Christmas gift to your friends who come over to your place. Okay, so here the ingredients I have here, I have self-raising flour, okay, and I have baking powder. I have some unsalted butter here. So the butter, it has to be cold, it has to be chilled, okay? So a lot of baking recipes will tell you to, you need to have butter softened and at room temperature, but for making scones, you have to use chilled butter, okay? And I've cut it into cubes. And then I have raw cane sugar here because I believe in using healthy ingredients. So I'm using raw cane sugar, but you can also use castor sugar if you like. And then I have some cranberries here. So you can actually substitute cranberry with other ingredients. Okay, so I have cranberry and raisins here. So you can also have only cranberries or only raisins, or you can even add things like chocolate chip, cheese if you like, some cheese scones, or you can even add nuts if you want. Okay, so I have cranberries and raisins in here, and I have some fresh milk. So the milk is also cold. Okay. And then I have some really cute cutters. So I have a heart shape here, and for Christmas theme, I have this gingerbread man, but I am not sure if I'm going to use it because the shape will be, you know, maybe I'll try one later. Okay, so I'm going to start now. So first, the built-in weighing scale, very handy. Okay, I'm going to place in the flour. I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, I'm going to place in the built-in weighing flour. So you can actually weigh your ingredients directly inside the bowl, or another way is to actually place an empty bowl. Okay, you place an empty bowl here on top, and then you tare first so that it zeroizes and you don't weigh the weight of your bowl, and then you actually put in the ingredients, and then only you pour it inside the mixing bowl. So that's another way of weighing so that you do not make a mistake. Okay, so I've already pre-weighed the ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to put in the flour. Okay, place the flour and the baking powder together. So this is self-raising flour. Okay. And then I have chilled butter. Okay, and then I have raw cane sugar. Okay. And next, I'm going to mix the batter. For 10 seconds. At speed 5. Okay, so after mixing, okay, just show it to you. So after mixing, it looks like this. It just helped me mix the flour and all the other ingredients. And then next, I'm going to add in the cold milk. And also the dried fruits. Okay, so you can even add in golden raisins if you like, any kind of dried fruits. Okay, and I'm going to knead it. So now it is also a mixer, and now it's also a dough kneading machine, right? So I'm going to go to the kneading icon. Okay, the kneading mode, you see a wheat icon, and I'm going to knead it for only 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, here on the kneading icon. What it is doing now is actually rotating 5 times clockwise, and then it rotates 1 time anti-clockwise. So it's actually like imitating our hand movement. So it does 5 times, and then it flips the dough, and then it continues. Okay, just like our hand movement. So for some of you who have bread makers at home or dough kneading machines, how long does it normally take for you to knead a dough? Okay, so normally it will take about 20 minutes or even half an hour, but with Thermomix it is really fast. So to make your pizza dough, to make your bread dough, it's only 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, it's really, really fast. Okay, so this is what I really like about using Thermomix to bake. Okay. And next now, okay, we have a thermomat, very useful. So here's the dough after 30 seconds of kneading. Okay, why only 30 seconds? Why? Because for this recipe, the whole idea is not to generate. I mean, like if you knead it too long, then it will be. You need the dough to be cold. Okay, for scones. Okay, so that's why we do not want to knead it for so long. And also, when you handle with your hands, we try to be as fast as possible because we do not want. Because our hands are warm, okay, so it will actually warm up the dough. So we want it to be chilled all the time, okay? So I'm going to just scrape the bowl a bit. So the texture of this dough is actually a little sticky, okay? So do not add any more flour because you think the dough is sticky and then you add more flour. Then your cranberry scones will be very dry, okay? So you need it to be slightly wet and do not handle too much with your hands, okay? So everything can be dismantled. You can dismantle everything to wash. And if you have a dishwasher at home, you can actually place all the accessories in your dishwasher to wash as well. So cleaning is a breeze. And we also have a pre-cleaning mode. So example for like dough recipes or when you cook things with a lot of oil, of even things with like curries and all, a lot of curries sauces will stick on the sides of the mixing bowl. You can actually use the pre-cleaning mode to clean all that as well. So cleaning is really a breeze with Thermomix. Okay. So after this, what I'm going to do now, okay, so you actually form it into like a round ball, okay, and then flatten it. Okay, not too flat. Okay, so you can use a rolling pin, but for those of you, if you don't have a rolling pin, you just do that with your hands. Okay, just slightly. So you want it to be about 2 inches thick. Sorry, not 2 inches. You want it to be about maybe about that, maybe about 2 cm. Okay, not too thick because it will actually rise as well when you bake. Okay, so and then what you do next is you use your cookie cutter, okay, and then you just shape it. Cut it. So it looks like this. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and then after that you place it on a tray, okay, on a baking tray, and then after that you will put on some egg wash on top to brush lightly, only very lightly with egg wash. You do not want the egg wash to be too thick. If not, later it will become very yellow, okay? So very lightly use the egg wash to just place it right on top here. And then after that, you bake it in the oven, all right? So now I'm going to pass on to Ezrin. So she's going to show us the next recipe, and then I'll come back to show you the baked cranberries. Okay?
Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So my name is Ezrin. Okay. Today I'm cooking pea and ginger soup, lemon salmon with broccoli. Okay, so before that, I just want to explain a little bit about cookie dough, because this recipe, I will be using a cookie dough recipe. Okay, so when you get your Thermomix, this cookie dough recipe platform is available for you to use. Okay, you can access now 65,000 recipes. Okay, so for people, especially for people who don't know how to cook, they say, I don't know how to cook, but I need to cook for the family, I need to cook for my kids. Okay, so Thermomix can help you because we have this cookie dough for you to use. Okay, so you can access the recipe from the machine itself, or from your handphone, or your iPad, or your laptop. And for me, I will have it on my phone. My husband will have it on his phone. So he will create a folder and put all the food that he wants me to cook for him. Okay, and then all I have to do is just open the folder on my Thermomix, because it has Wi-Fi, so it will sync the folder, and then I'll just click on the recipe that he wants me to cook, and I'll cook for it. Okay, so that is cookie dough. All right, and now I will be showing you the recipe. Okay, so I've already saved this recipe in what I want to cook for today. So what's good about cookie dough, you can plan your whole week's meal. Okay, from Monday to Sunday, you can plan every day what you want to cook. So you just have to click on the My Week, and then today's recipe is I already put as to cook today. So it's pea and ginger soup, lemon salmon with broccoli. So all you have to do is just click on it. So every cookie dough recipe, when you click on the recipe, this is the same as on your phone. You can scroll down and see all the ingredients that you need Okay, and then all the preparation. So you can prepare beforehand before you.
Anak makan tak?
Okay, before you cook, you can look at the recipe on your phone, and then you can even generate shopping lists from the ingredients from this recipe. Okay, and don't forget to also look at the tips. Okay, there's always some very useful tips for every recipe. And if you really care about your calorie count, your carb, your fats, every cookie dough recipe has all this info as well. Okay, so just scroll up and then press start cooking. Okay, so now it says here to put in, sorry. Okay, so make sure your measuring cup is closed properly. Okay, so when you see here we have the measuring scale comes on. If it changes, all you have to do is press test, so it will zero rise. Okay, so here it says 30 grams of olive oil, 50 grams of soy sauce, half teaspoon of brown sugar, and peel zest from half a lemon and put it into the mixing bowl. Okay, so I already have everything in here. And then it says here, and squeeze juice from the lemon. Okay, I already squeezed inside here as well. So just put everything inside. Okay, so if I'm doing this, if I'm not cooking right now, what I do is I'll just put one by one. Okay, but I already put it in here, so I just use one bowl. Okay, so it's very convenient. Okay, so that you don't have to use a weighing scale on the side. You can just use your Thermomix because it has a built-in scale. Right, and then all you have to do is just press next. It says insert measuring cup, so make sure this is called the measuring cup. Make sure it's closed. But some recipes will tell you without measuring cup. Okay, and then press next. Okay, here you can see the time has been set for you, which is 20 seconds. There's no time and there's no temperature. And just read down here, turn speed selected to speed 5. Okay, my husband is laughing at me. Okay, so now it's just mixing the whole thing. So when you hear the sound, means it's ready. So if you are like, in the living room, it's in the kitchen, you know that it's ready, you just have to attend to it. Okay, so press next, and it says here, place 4 fresh skinless salmon fillet in a deep dish. So I have 2 fillets here because my family is quite small, so 2 will be enough. Okay, so you have this option to downsize the recipe if you want to. You can halve it. Okay. So just go next, and then pour the marinade from the mixing bowl over the salmon. So it looks like that. So just pour over. It smells really nice. So if you like lemon taste, something fresh and zingy, you can try this recipe. Okay. And press next. It says place in the refrigerator for 10 minutes and continue with the recipe. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the fridge. Right. So press next. It says 100 grams of shallots cut into pieces, and the next one is 1 garlic clove. Okay, so I have 100 grams and 1 garlic clove. So just follow the instructions. Next, 100 grams of lead white part only cut into pieces. Alright. So you can see the measuring scale is here, so I can just use the scale and measure. And 30 grams of fresh ginger. Okay, this is optional. My husband doesn't like ginger, so I'm just going to skip this. Okay. And 50 grams of olive oil. Okay, press next, insert measuring cup. Next. Okay, so it's the time is 4 seconds, there's no temperature, and turn speed selector to speed 4. So just now it was just chopping for 4 seconds, okay? So the speed determines how fine you want the ingredients to be. So speed 4 is just, it's quite, it's light chopping, okay? So you won't get you won't see it as fine, okay? You see, all right. Okay, just continue. Right. And then, oh, okay, so now it's going to saute, all right? So it says here, 7 minutes, and then 120 degrees, and turn speed selector to speed 1. Okay. And meanwhile, line the varoma tray with baking paper. So I've done that, right? So I've lined the baking tray. So this is called the varoma tray, right? And this is called the varoma dish. Okay, so it says line the varoma tray with baking paper. So I've done that. So now while it's sauteing, okay, I'll just explain a bit about the 120 degrees temperature. Okay, if you see here is it's cooking using 120 degrees. So 120 degrees is considered low temperature cooking. Okay, so when we cook on the fire, the temperature is really high. It goes up to 180, 200 degrees, and it keeps on going higher. And when you cook with this kind of heat, you will burn all the nutrients away, especially if you cook veggies. Okay, if you buy, we always buy the freshest and the greenest veggie, and then we cook over the fire, and then you can see the color will become dull, right? It's because you are burning the nutrients away. So with Thermomix, you can, when you cook your veggies, you will see the outcome. The color will be very vibrant because you still get to enjoy the nutrients that's in the veggie. Okay, and you see here just now I use olive oil. Alright, so on the fire, olive oil, because olive oil has low smoking point, it's actually cancerous and toxic if you use it on the fire. So with Thermomix, with 120 degrees of cooking, you can use all the olive oil that you want. Okay, so you can benefit from using olive oil when you use Thermomix. Okay, so now it's sauteing for 7 minutes. You see my countertop here is clean. Okay, I don't need to worry about oil splattering. Okay, I don't need a kitchen hood in my dry kitchen. Okay, I will not be smelling like garlic or shallots after this. Okay, I can still look good, and after this I can just go out if I want to. Okay, so it will save time. You don't need to clean your kitchen afterwards. Okay, you don't need to mop right after this. Okay, so it saves you a lot of time when you cook. And these 7 minutes, you can go and prepare your next ingredients, or you can go attend to your family, your kids. Okay. Alright, so while it's cooking, I'm going to pass to Sunita, and then she'll pass back to me for the next step. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Sunita. Welcome. Today we're going to do another recipe from Cookbook called smoked salmon, avocado, and king prawn salad. All right, so we're going to start cooking. Okay, so again, when you use Cookbook for your recipes, it will automatically tear the machine for you. So it's at 0 degrees, and it needs to put in 60 grams of olive oil. So I've pre-weighed all the ingredients. And then just go next, 40 grams of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Next, 3 to 4 fresh chives chopped. So I've just chopped it fine. It says about 5 mm. Next, 1 tablespoon white wine vinegar. So this is 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Next, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So that's 1 tablespoon of mustard. And then next, a pinch of caster sugar. So I've got a pinch of caster sugar. And next, pinch of salt. And next, insert measuring cup. So it's really easy. You don't even have to think about it and you won't forget any ingredients. And you just go next. And it's preset for 10 seconds. And it says turn speed selected to speed 8. If you look on your TM6, you will see it's highlighted up to the mark that you need to get to. So now it's basically emulsifying your vinaigrette. So we're going to transfer this to a jug. And you can see this beautiful vinaigrette that's been made. So I go next, and it says clean mixing bowl. So we're just going to quickly clean the mixing bowl. So this vinaigrette smells really, really yummy. So once the mixing bowl is clean, we're going to put in 2 ripe avocados. It's cut in pieces about 2 cm. So I've already pre-cut the avocados. So let me just get my mixing bowl back. Okay, so we're going to put in the 2 ripe avocados and go next. Insert measuring cup. So it's good if you have 2 mixing bowls for this part. And it's going to now go to speed 8 for another 10 seconds. Okay, so we have to scrape down. So let me show you what it looks like inside. It's just a rough chop at the moment. So we're just going to scrape it all down. $50 grams of mayonnaise.
When Selena puts in the mayonnaise, I would also like to highlight that.
You can actually make your own mayonnaise in the Thermomix.
Yeah, because it does very good emulsification for you. So you get very nice texture mayonnaise, homemade.
So we're going to add in 50 grams of creme fraiche. And 40 grams of water. $20 grams of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Pinch of fine salt. and 2 pinches of ground black pepper. So I'm just going to grind my pepper in. Insert measuring cup. And now it's going to do 20 seconds at speed 8 again. So now it tells you to divide the salad. So I will come back and show you once it's assembled. We are going to pass it back to the next presenter. Ezrin?
Yes, hi. All right, hi, I'm back. All right, so just, so it finished sauteing for 7 minutes. Okay, now I just press next. Let me just show you. Okay, so here, just like that. Okay, my son is, okay. 100, so now add 100 grams of celery. Okay, here, just add in. And press next, 350 grams of frozen green peas.
Cannot see.
Cannot see. Okay, 350 grams of frozen peas, and then 450 grams of water. Okay, just add in everything. Okay, and then press next, 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then set varoma dish in place. Okay, so make sure you put the lid on first. Okay, Mika. Okay. Okay, so varoma dish set in place. Okay, and then it says here, add 400 grams of broccoli. Okay, so just pour everything inside here, and make sure you don't cover the holes. Okay, just make sure you spread it out so that the vapor can go up. Okay, and then it says here, season broccoli florets with half teaspoon of salt. Okay, just season a bit. Okay, press next. Insert prepared varoma tray. Okay, so the varoma tray that is lined just now, just put on top. Okay, put on top. And then press next. Arrange salmon fillet. So the marinated salmon just now. Okay, so just use the tongue and just put it on top. Okay, and then it says here, and put some ground pepper. Okay. Right, arrange salmon, season with half teaspoon of salt, so another half teaspoon of salt. Okay, see, I'm cooking salmon, see? Okay, and a bit of black pepper. And then press next, and then secure the varoma lid. Press next. Okay, so it has set the time 20 minutes. Temperature is varoma, and then speed is speed 1. Okay, so turn to speed 1. Okay, so varoma, so whenever you are steaming something, you must always make sure that it's on varoma cycle. Okay, if you do cookie dough, you don't have to worry because it will set for you. But if you do manual cooking, when you want to steam something, make sure you turn it to varoma, and make sure there's enough liquid inside the bowl, okay? Because you need enough water, liquid, for it to So now I'm doing 3 in 1. Okay, so we have, with Thermomix, you can do even up to 4 in 1. Okay, there's another recipe that is similar like this, which is 4 in 1. So they have soup at the bottom, and then they have potatoes inside here. You can put inside the simmering basket. Okay, this simmering basket, you can put potatoes inside here, and then you have your broccoli and your salmon on top. So that is 4 in 1. So if you're rushing, you know, you come back from work in the morning before you leave for work, just make sure everything is prepared. You cut the broccoli, you know, have the salmon in the fridge, and then you come back, you just put all together like this, and in 20 minutes, your dish will be done. Okay, so you have your carbs, your veggie, okay, your protein, all here. Okay, so that is 4 in 1. Another favorite recipe is the nasi ayam. Okay, you can also do nasi ayam all in one go. You have your soup, your rice, and your chicken, and then they have the steamed eggs inside on top, but you can replace with veggie if you want. Okay, so that is our multi-layer cooking. So I'll see you back in around 20 minutes. Okay, thank you. I'll pass back to Ping Ping.
Wow, when I saw the ingredients that Ashwin put in at the bottom, what is cooking inside is a lot of nutritional ingredients. So the whole complete meal is actually very nutritious. You have the carbs, you have the vegetable, and you have the protein all cooked together, and it's in a wonderful way. And you could see that because we are using wholesome ingredients, the taste will come out naturally, really, really tasty and yummy. Yeah. And today, if I may bring you to a summary from the beginning, when Olivia did the drink and the scones, you saw that she was using the screen, looking for the functions by herself. When she needed the weighing scale, she pulls it out, right? When she needed to blend, she decides on what speed to blend, the turbo and whatnot. So that is actually the manual way of cooking with the Thermomix, giving you the flexibility to also use your traditional recipes or your own recipes, and using the Thermomix to make it a lot easier for you to complete your recipe easily. Then the other way of cooking is like what Sunita was using, Ashwin was using. It is actually using the cookie to guided cooking. And these are ways that you can explore new recipes that you've never explored before, and yet giving you 100% success. You never need to fear on trying it out for the first time. You get it right even on your first trial. Okay, so it's in fact wonderful, and it's also great for like people. If I'm exploring my new recipe, like for example, my first mooncake recipe is from the Thermomix. My first cheesecake is also from the Thermomix, and from the first try, I already get it successful. So that is the flexibility that Thermomix gives you, and on top of that, you saw that everything happens within the Thermomix itself. There is no need to have weighing of ingredients outside, pre-preparation, right? And all you need, the space that we show you, is just that little spot that that you can do wonders with, because the Thermomix is there to help you. All right. So what you saw, was it really exciting? I hope it's an eye-opener for you. All right. On top of that, I would like to share with you the Thermomix TM6 is actually a smart and hard machine. What do we mean by that? It is a machine that is going to expand its functions as you use it, so the functions will be added on as and when it's already tested in the HQ, and they felt that new functions are great, it's tested, and they're going to push it to all the users who are using the TM6 when you do a software update. Because the TM6 has Wi-Fi, it has Wi-Fi capability, you will have update every now and then, and you will see new functions being added for you without having to pay extra. Okay, so now I would like to introduce a few additional functions since it was launched in 2019. So since then, the TM6 has also incorporated a smart kettle mode. What do we mean by smart kettle? It is more than just boiling water. So you could now actually boil your water or cook your water, I would say, to any temperature that you like, giving you that flexibility. Like what? For example, if you want to make milk for your babies or for your children, using maybe milk powder, you do not want it to be too hot that it actually burns the nutrients of the milk powder. or or the dairy, and you would also want it to be consumed on the spot safely without having them burning your children's lips or your baby's lips, right? So you could actually warm the water to 37, for example, or 40 degrees, right? So the right temperature to immediately feed your children. Or let's say if you're venturing into making quality tea, brewing tea itself. Tea, if you overbrew it at a high temperature, the aroma would be spoiled. So the best temperature for brewing tea is about 75 degrees. And you could actually boil your water to 75 using that precise temperature water to brew your tea. And the other thing is like maybe coffee. If you're a coffee lover, you know the temperature matters in brewing coffee. So 95 degrees for brewing coffee. So you get the best out of what you're making at home. On top of that, we have also incorporated the slow cook mode. So now Thermomix can be also your slow cooker, right? So it's all in one, and you do not need to take out additional accessory. So slow cook is great for stewing recipes, for long hour recipes where you want your meat and your ingredients to be very tender, and you could slow cook for up to 8 hours now in the Thermomix, and you could even tweak the temperature from 37 to 98. All right, I like to use this function to make my home sweet desserts like the red bean, where using this method, I do not even need to soak my red beans before cooking. Okay, so I could put it in at night, the next morning my red bean soup is done. Right, so it's ready in time for breakfast. All right, we have also included the fermentation mode, and you could use this to make wonderful yogurt at home. Very nice, creamy, natural, preservative-free yogurt for your family. Okay, and because of the fermentation mode now, a lot of customers and friends are actually using the Thermomix to also ferment their own cheese. So you could also venture into making your own homemade cheese. How wonderful is that? Yeah, you should try it when you get your hands on your Thermomix. Okay, this is another function that I really, really love myself, and it is actually called the sous vide. What is the sous vide? Have you heard about sous vide? If you've been to steak restaurants, and you will always wonder how come when the steak is served, you actually get the exact doneness that you have requested for. For example, you may have requested for medium rare, and you could make that request, and the quality of the result of the cooking comes out exactly to what you have asked for. How is that done? This is the secret behind a lot of high-end quality restaurants, to give you that precise texture at the end of cooking using the sous vide. So by sous vide, if you sous vide your ingredients like your meat, be it chicken breast, steaks, beef or muttons, it comes out really juicy. By sous vide your ingredients, it actually locks the flavors as well, and also the moisture. And because you have the temperature control from 40 to 85, you can now decide what kind of doneness you want for your meat. And if you do this when you have your Thermomix, do make use of this function to make chicken breast recipe. You'll never have ever tasted chicken breast really so tasty before, so tender and so juicy. You should really try this. This is one of my favorite. And the best thing is you could also do it before, 1 day or 2 days before you're very busy. And then on that day itself, when you're consuming your cooked product, you could just sear it on your pan for just a minute, and you get that perfect texture. Okay? All right. So today, because you're here, I hope, we give you a better foresight than what you've heard the Thermomix would be. And because of what you've seen today, you would then realize that, hey, making a juice in the morning can be so quick and easy. What Olivia did this morning was just in seconds, right? So even like, grinding of rock sugar into powder took her just seconds, like 2 seconds. It's amazing. Something so hard turning into powder in just a split of a second. And then everyone can cook. You saw how the cookie dough provides tons and tons of recipe for you to explore. And by being given a guided recipe, now you can tell yourself, yes, I can do it. Scones, yes, I can really make scones now. You know, it can be scones today, it can be your brioche tomorrow, it can be your Hokkaido bread, it can be your muffins. You can now because of the guided recipes. Yeah, healthy cooking, like what Ezrin shared, you have the option of going for low temperature cooking, and thereby it locks the nutrients. It keeps your oil in the most natural form, that it doesn't become carcinogenic, overheating it and overburning it, right? And you really enjoy the best, and also have a safe mind, right? A safe heart that, hey, what I'm enjoying is really what we should eat, right? And what our family will enjoy. On the cooking, a lot of us, when we cook, we were just standing beside. In fact, we could actually walk away as well. While we were cooking, we were also enjoying the sessions, being with all of you, explaining and sharing our wonderful cooking experiences with everyone here this morning. And at the same time, during the cooking time that you have with your Thermomix, you could actually spare the time to have quality bonding time with your children, where you would never be able to have it when you were doing your traditional cooking. Yeah, even when kids come along, you saw Ezrin's son who came beside her, she could still continue to have her hands on cooking, right? Without having the fear that the oil would splatter and the sun would get burned. And she could just do it so easily and enjoying herself as well in the kitchen. So this is something that a lot of us have been really enjoying in terms of the saving space of the kitchen. You saw our kitchen, it is just a Thermomix and it does everything else for us. There's nothing else you need, and you really save a lot of space. And the most important part is the cleaning part. After cooking, at the end of the day, is just washing the tea and bowl, right? Goodbye to fumes, standing right beside the Thermomix, sauteing garlic, sauteing onion, sauteing leek. You could just be so carefree standing beside and stir frying. There's no fume on you, no fume on your hair. And of course, in the home as well, you have a fume-free home. And that is really, really great. Okay, so how do you bring the Thermomix home? I really urge all of you to start cooking with it. You will really enjoy rest of your cooking adventures. Your journey would be with the wonderful Thermomix recipes that you can have in your hand. And here, if it's a full payment now, you could immediately enjoy the 200 ringgit voucher, bringing the price down to 6988. This is limited time only, so do get your hands on your Thermomix today. And we also have the financing option going to 24 months, all interest-free. So you have different options up to 24 months, working out to only 291 a month and 9 ringgit a day. Whether you're creating 3 meals a day, 5 meals a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of happy, exciting, healthy meals for your family for just 9 ringgit a day, right? How wonderful would that be? And whether if you're going for full payment or installment financing, I'd like to share with you that at the moment, this is our current promotion, a very, very interesting gift that you will get for yourself when you place the order for your Thermomix. This is the thermo server, limited edition thermo server. Why would I see this? It's very rare to see this gift being given out because this is oval server. Usually what you see is actually a round server. So this is specially designed for festive season where it is bigger in size. Okay, it's 2.5 liter. So you could actually put more. And because it is insulated bowl, you could actually use it to keep your food warm or cold before your guests arrive. So it's great for salad as well. You could actually keep this server and put your salad, and it keeps your salad really nice and crispy, right? Until the time when you serve it, it's still really nice, crispy, and green, right? And it comes with a lid as well to keep it hygiene, okay? And also a serving tray, right? So this lovely gift will be yours when you place the order for your Thermomix. And this is actually what we call a purchase and hosting gift. What does it mean by that? All you need to do to claim your thermo server is just to get 3 friends of different households to come together to watch our cooking demos. or you could also invite your friends to your home, and we could be there with you to do a wonderful cooking session with yourself and your friends at home to see the wonders of Thermomix. And that's all we need from you, because we do not advertise, so we need your help to share this wonderful news with your families and friends out there. Okay, so these are the two options. When you place your order as well, the Thermomix comes with recipes inside already, which are the basic cookbook recipes. Now, for physical copy, you could also choose a version that you prefer, whether you prefer it in English or the Chinese version. We have two versions of basic cookbook for you to choose. And do let us know which is your preferred option, because when we place the order for you, we will need to indicate which is the choice. It comes together all the way shipped in from Germany, already pre-packed in the box. So we need to pick the right box for you. Okay? And when the Thermomix arrives in your home, you will also be enjoying a free unboxing service. Right? Today, what you see, you can be very excited and say, hey, when I get my Thermomix, I want to make scones like Olivia. You can. Or when I get my Thermomix, I want to adventure into 3-in-1, 4-in-1 cooking, where I can easily make a complete meal for my family. You can. We will give you choices of recipes that you can choose from. And during unboxing, where we will be there at your home, we will guide you through a personal hands-on cooking. At the same time, we will teach you and guide you on how to care for your Thermomix that it lasts for the next 15 to 20 years of your cooking journey. Okay, so very important, arrange for your unboxing a one-on-one personal session for yourself with the advisor who invited you here today. Okay, we also run VIP cooking classes. So we do run this occasionally, depending on what festive season. We would also put in together the menu that caters for example, Christmas, like today, and up and coming, winter solstice. We just did a winter solstice combination for the Chinese, so celebrating winter solstice this Monday. And next month, probably the next coming festive season will be Chinese New Year. So we will put together different combinations of recipes to share with all our users, giving you new recipes and ideas to cook at home. All right? Delivery goes straight to your doorstep. You could also request for delivery to be sent to your office if you do not have anyone at home. So give us the proper address to deliver your Thermomix to. All right? Okay. Now, a little bit about the Thermomix career. A lot of you may have heard that, hey, you could start to use a Thermomix, and that's wonderful. And another news behind is that you can actually also venture into the Thermomix career. And I would, like to share a bit about this, because I feel that this is a wonderful career for everyone. I myself started as a user like you. I was looking, watching the Thermomix demo, fell in love, started using it, and started to become an advisor after that. Okay, now with this career, it is flexible. You could decide on when and how long you want to spend every week in this journey, in this career journey. And you could also be mingling with a group of friends who love to cook, giving you better ideas, recipe ideas, and also better cooking skills ideas with your Thermomix. You work on flexible hours, right? And you really share this wonderful Thermomix with friends and families, helping a lot of homes out there who couldn't have time to cook now because of you. They can now put food on the table for their family and loved ones. So it's a very meaningful career, right? Look into this. If you're really interested, please inform your advisors who has invited you here today, and they will be more than willing to share the details with you. All right, so we are here at the end, and we would like to get everyone to show their end result of their recipe that they have put up. So Sunita, I could see her salad is already ready. Sunita, can we have you putting your dish nearer to the screen, and you can share a little bit about the taste of your dressing that you've made for us today? Right, so this is the mixture of vinaigrette and avocado, or is just the avocado?
So the avocado dressing, you put your salad leaves, and then you arrange your smoked salmon, and then you put the avocado dressing, and then you stick your prawns in on top. And then you drizzle the vinaigrette over the prawns.
Oh,
And garnish with a little bit of the chopped chives.
right.
So
I can really kind of predict the taste, you know, because it has all the wholesome ingredients. And I could say something, if you bought dressing, salad dressing from outside, from the supermarket, you know they don't come cheap, right? They're quite pricey. And if you can make it yourself, you get a healthier version, right? And also a fresher version. And what we did today, Sunita did the avocado, which is something that you cannot get from outside even, and you could make it easily at home. Okay, Esme, you want to show your dish of the day?
Okay, hi. Okay, so the salmon and broccoli has been steamed, all right? So it says here to put the varoma aside and add 50 to 100 grams of whipping cream to taste. Okay, so there's a small hole here, you can just pour it through the hole. Okay, so you don't have to open the lid. Okay, I have here about 70 grams of whipping cream. Okay, and then press next. Okay, insert measuring cup. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, here it has been set to 2 minutes, but Thermomix is very forgiving, so I think 1 minute is enough, and I like the texture to be not to be so smooth. Okay, so you can actually adjust the timing. Okay, so I'm going to adjust to 1 minute. There's no temperature, and it says here turn speed selector to speed 5 and increase to speed 10 slowly. Okay, so we start with so we start with speed 5 first, and then so we can increase slowly to speed 10. Normal blender usually cannot put something very hot inside, right? But with Thermomix, it's okay. Once it's done cooking, you can straight blend it. So you can see our salmon here, the veggie. Okay, so it says here serve soup for starter, and then serve the salmon fillet and broccoli for me. But you know, we Malaysians, we eat everything at one go, right? So I'm just gonna have everything at one go. Okay, so I'll just pour the soup. Wow, it's really creamy and nice. It's just 1 minute. Okay, it's very, very, very nice texture. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour it in here.
The color looks good too.
Yeah, the color is so beautiful.
Yeah.
The green.
To overheat the soup, the thing is that you won't get the green, the vibrant green, and at the same time, you saw how Edwin blended it immediately when it's cooked, which he couldn't do it in any of the blenders, right? Because it has a special sensor, the Thermomix has a special safety sensor to know that it is hot, and thereby bringing the blending gradually from slow mode up to the highest speed, which we did, Ezrin did at speed 8, right?
Yeah, I blended from 5 until 10 at the end actually.
Oh, okay, until 10.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna put the broccoli and salmon. So if you have potatoes in the basket, you can also add your potatoes here. but I love my rice, so I'm going to use my Thermomix and cook the rice after this. Okay, I love to eat rice. So I have salmon, broccoli, rice, and soup. Okay, so you can see here. That's our dish for today. Okay, so make sure you try. I've tried this before. It's really, really yummy. So that's our 3-in-1. Okay, so make sure you try. It's on Cookie Dough. Okay, pass back to painting. Thank you.
Okay, next, I'm sure you would like to see how the scones turn out, right? So Olivia will show the scone. Because a lot of people try making scones at home.
Okay,
And
I'm back. So after 15 minutes of baking, okay, look how lovely the scones are. Okay, really delicious. So you can serve it on its own, or also serve it with potted cream and butter and also jam. Okay, but because there's cranberries already, it's already sweet enough. So you can actually serve it on its own. Okay. So I hope you will try the recipe and have a wonderful celebration with your loved ones. Merry Christmas ahead.
yeah. So get your hands on your Thermomix soon before they run out. We do have very limited stock left. Quickly reach out to your advisors, ask for their help to put in your orders, and we will have more shows coming that you could also start, to look into different kinds of recipes that you could try out at home. Okay? Till next round, I wish all of you a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year that's also just around the corner. Stay safe at home, stay healthy, eat well, and see you next round. Bye.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.